G'day guys and girls, Brad here. I'm down in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales in a lovely little spot called Penrose in the state forest area around here where camping is permitted, and there's some fairly mild four-wheel drive trails. Nothing that I've found anywhere so far is overly extreme, but certainly good fun and very picturesque. I've got the Land Cruiser here behind me. I've dropped the tyre pressures down to 18 psi just to do these trails. Three reasons I want to drop the tyre pressures down, and I'll tell you why. First and foremost, I don't want to chop up the tracks. If you drop your tyre pressures down, get them nice and soft, they balloon out, and as you drive over things, the tyres balloon out and you end up with a much wider footprint at each tread point where the tread meets the ground. So A, more traction. You don't want to lose traction. You're less likely to get stuck if you've got more traction, of course. B, you don't want to chop up the tracks. If your tyres are nice and hard, and when I drove into here in the first place, I was on 40 psi for highway, and you don't want to end up wheel spinning and digging up the track because four-wheel drivers come out and destroy tracks get closed, and then there's no more four-wheel driving tracks, and that'd be sad, really, really sad. And third reason is there's a lot of sticks and sharp edges of rocks and bits of root and things sticking up out of the ground everywhere you go, and you want your tyres, your sidewalls, to have a little bit of flex and a little bit of give when you hit those things. So there's three reasons why I've dropped my tyres down, and I guess there's a fourth reason. You get a softer ride, it's a little more compliant and softer, more cozy. So anyway, I'm driving around out here, and I have encountered three other vehicles so far. There was a 90 series Prado coming the other way, and I was trying to work out as I was driving along what sort of vehicles could you get in and out of here with, and I don't know why I like to think of those sort of things, but I do. And I found myself thinking, well, this trail's not too technical, there's some reasonable ruts, but if you pick your lines well, you can drive around them quite easily. Something like an all-wheel drive RAV4 or a Subaru Forester you wouldn't have a problem with. So certainly a 3-inch lifted Land Cruiser with center diff lock and 33-inch mud terrain tyres is not going to have a problem here at all. Anyway, like I said, came across this 90 series Prado coming the other way, and I had a bit of room, so I pulled off to the side of the track. As he came past me, he gave me a wave to say thank you, and then he held up two fingers. I didn't know whether he was giving me the victory sign because he liked my car, but what he was actually doing was telling me that there were two more vehicles behind him. And so I stuck my nose out and got ready to go again, and then realised there was another vehicle coming down. Well, the vehicle behind him, now, I don't know. You suddenly feel like a goose when you're driving a 3-inch lifted Land Cruiser, and the next vehicle you come across is a standard two-wheel drive dual cab Hilux ute, not even a high rider, certainly not a four-wheel drive, just a two-wheel drive Hilux ute that a painter or an electrician or someone would drive to carry his tools and crap around in. Anyway, he was followed by another 80 series Land Cruiser, so I guess he had a Prado in front and an 80 series Land Cruiser behind, so if he got hung up anywhere, which is a high likelihood, he could be pulled out forward or pulled out backwards without too much of a problem. But I just found that a little bit amusing that, I certainly wouldn't be trying to tackle a track like this in a two-wheel drive anything. But there you go. He was doing it and he looked like he was having fun. They were collecting firewood, so I guess he was filling up the back of the ute with firewood, and if he needed to pull out, he could get a pull out. I'm going to continue exploring around down here, and if I find anything overly interesting, I will share it with you. I haven't come across the campgrounds yet, but there's a sign just behind me there that says camping is permitted, camping is free, up to 2 weeks. And so I might see if I can find the campground, and if it's halfway decent, I might do a trip down here with Claire and we'll do some camping over a weekend and film more videos with that. But it's getting quite warm down here now, and so I am going to get back in the car. It is only the start of October, but you can already feel the heat. I think we're in for another hot summer. This area was surrounded in bushfire in December and January, and our friend that we're down here visiting in Penrose, her property was not destroyed, but certainly the RFS pulled down the external fencing to the property so that they could get in and protect the house and protect the farm sheds. And fortunately they did, and the house was preserved, and that's a good thing. They moved their horses out. Their horses haven't come back yet because the fences haven't been rebuilt yet. So I guess I got to get the fences rebuilt and bring the horses back. But yeah, this area was absolutely surrounded in fire. They've protected this forest by the look of it, because I haven't come across a single burnt remain of anything yet, so that's really good. It's really pretty here. But I'll get back in the four-wheel drive and I'll keep going, and if I find anything else overly interesting and I want to talk to you about, I'll cut another video. Anyway, all the best, guys. Have a great long weekend. I know I am. So peace. Cheers.